Hi. So, for my book presentation this week, I decided to go with The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. So when people think of The Wizard of Oz, they usually just think of, well, this. But don't get me wrong, it's a great movie, fun songs, all kinds of greatness in that thing. However, the book is so much more than that. So this book was written in 1900 by L. Frank Baum and illustrated by W. W. Denslow. It's classified as a fantasy. However, it has a lot of fairy tale-ish elements that kind of I'd classify it fairy tale-ish in a lot of ways. Library of Congress has said it is the first great American fairy tale. So, Wizard of Oz is about Dorothy Gale and her little dog Toto, who are sucked up by a cyclone and deposited in the land of Oz. Hi, Toto. Anywho, they go on a magical journey and meet new friends like the Scarecrow, the Cowardly Lion, and the Tin Woodsman to try and find their way home. As many of you probably know, it's one of those stories that everyone's heard the story, but not many have not actually even have read the book. A lot of details that are different from the movies. Ruby slippers, not there. They're actually silver. There's a lot of stuff that happens in the book that doesn't happen in the movies. Not less singing, unfortunately. So let me tell you a little history about the book. The writer, L. Frank Baum, he wanted to write a story that was similar to the fairy tales of Brothers Grimm and Hans Christian Andersen, but without some of the darker elements, the horror elements. He wanted a truly happy fairy tale. So he wrote this book. Just thinking it was kind of, he wrote it just to write it, get it out there. The first edition published 10,000 copies, and he did not really think it would do fantastically to begin with. He wasn't sure. He just kind of grabbed it, did it. It actually kind of surprised both him and his wife when it started doing so well. It was the best-selling children's book for 2 years at that. In fact, funny story, when he brought home his first royalty check from the books, he brought it home to his wife, and they were both so surprised. She was ironing at the time, and she burned a hole right through his shirt that he was ironing. True story. You can look it up. Anyway, moving on. So, Wizard of Oz. This is actually the first 5 novels, not all of them. It's not really this big of a book. Don't freak out. It's about 120 pages. The chapters are pretty short. It's a fun little adventure. It's great for younger kids because there's not horror elements in it, so there's nothing to really be worried about. In that aspect, if you want your kids to kind of get into something that not too scary. The illustrations are basic, but they're fun little illustrations. Here's when she meets the Cowardly Lion. Fun little illustration. Other copies you can find actually have color ones. They're recolored. But mine does not because it does not. Anyway, so, last but not least, excerpt from the book. So, it's full of fun little things, that, like in fairy tales, that kind of have little lessons without really even meaning to. So, here we go. Let me read you this little part where she just met the Tin Woodsman, and her and the Scarecrow and the Tin Woodsman are going on their little journey. It was a bit of good luck to have their new comrade join the party, for soon after they had begun their journey again, they came to a place where the trees and branches grew so thick over the road that the travelers could not put past. But the Tin Woodsman set to work with his axe and chopped so well that soon he cleared the passage for the entire party. Dorothy was thinking so earnestly as they walked along that she did not notice when the Scarecrow stumbled into a hole and rolled over to the side of the road. Instead, he was obliged to call to her to help him up again. "Why didn't you walk around the hole?" asked the Tin Woodsman. "I don't know enough," replied the Scarecrow cheerfully. "My head is stuffed with straw, and that is why I'm going to Oz to ask him for some brains." "Oh, I see," said the Tin Woodsman. "But after all, brains are not the best things in the world." "Have you any?" inquired the Scarecrow. "No, my head is quite empty," answered the Woodsman. "But once I had brains and a heart also. So having tried them both, I should much rather have a heart." So kind of right there reminds you that it's better to sometimes to be kind than to be smart sometimes. Little things like that throughout the entire book. Fun story. I recommend it. It's also a great gateway into the other books. So L. Frank Baum wrote 15 Oz books in his lifetime before he passed away, plus others they've come after him and written Oz books. They're all they're quite fun, easy reads. I recommend them, especially if you have you kind of want to get your kids into chapter books and whatnot. And you want something that's it's fun and light and not quite full of horror. So pick up a copy. Let me know what you think, and happy reading.